Right now, someone in your life is planning to betray you. You might not believe it, but the Stoics would tell you this is human nature. The question isn't if betrayal will happen, it's whether you'll see it coming. Marcus Aurelius identified 8 unmistakable signs that someone is about to turn on you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly who to watch out for. If wisdom, strength, and calm living speak to your soul, subscribe and walk this Stoic path with us. Sign 1. Sudden emotional withdrawal. The first sign comes directly from Marcus Aurelius. Observe behavioral changes. When betrayal is near, people rarely announce it. Instead, they retreat, slowly, subtly, and silently. At first, it's small. They stop asking how you are. Their responses become shorter. Conversations lose warmth. Where once they shared laughter and depth, now there's a strange distance, like they're in the same room, but miles away emotionally. It's not accidental. It's psychological preparation. They're building emotional distance before physical betrayal. Stoics call this premeditatio separationis, the mental rehearsal of separation. They stop talking about the future. They avoid deep discussions. They make excuses to skip plans. You sense something's off, but they deny it with a smile that doesn't reach their eyes. Marcus Aurelius would say, "Don't be surprised by change. Everything in nature withdraws before transformation." And that's what they're doing. Transforming loyalty into detachment. This emotional withdrawal matters because it marks the start of betrayal's construction. Before people betray you, they betray their own conscience. They create distance to make the act feel less cruel. It's the same principle soldiers use before war. Dehumanize the opponent to justify the strike. Stoicism teaches us not to panic here, but to observe. When someone withdraws, let them. Don't chase. Chasing only feeds their illusion of control. Instead, become still like a mountain in fog. Remember, actions reveal intentions before words ever could. Silence is not confusion, it's revelation. Sign 2, inconsistency between words and actions. Marcus Aurelius said, "Judge men by their actions, not their declarations." Betrayal often hides behind promises. They'll swear loyalty, speak of friendship, say the right things, but their actions whisper the truth. Watch for the gap, that space between what they say and what they do. They promise support, but vanish when you need it. They say they believe in you, but their energy dims your fire. They tell others how loyal they are, yet gossip behind your back. This inconsistency is the purest form of warning. Because words are cheap, anyone can buy your trust with poetry. But actions require effort, sacrifice, and integrity. Epictetus reminded us, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. People who live by their words don't need to remind you of them. The betrayer, though, hides behind constant verbal reassurance. You know I'd never do that to you. Or trust me. I'm loyal, but true loyalty doesn't demand belief. It proves itself quietly. So when you see that mismatch, when declarations sound grand but behavior falters, step back. You're seeing the soul split between desire and deception. Stoicism teaches discernment, not drama. You don't need confrontation. You need clarity. Let their actions speak. Let their inconsistency teach you. Because loyalty that wavers in small things will collapse in great ones. Words are wind. Actions are the storm. Sign 3. Excessive secrecy and evasiveness. When someone becomes guarded about their activities, Marcus wrote, observe, not to judge, but to understand. When betrayal is close, secrecy becomes their new language. They start locking phones, changing passwords, turning screens when you enter. They get defensive when you ask innocent questions, as if your curiosity is an interrogation. The Stoics taught transparency in virtue. Seneca said, "A good man should let the gods and men see everything he does." In other words, honesty fears no witness. When someone begins building walls, it's because they're protecting something, not sacred but shameful. They may justify it as privacy, but true privacy doesn't need lies to survive. Betrayal thrives in the shadows. It needs secrecy the way fire needs oxygen. Notice how vague they become. "I was just busy. It's nothing. You wouldn't understand." Evasion replaces explanation. This isn't about checking phones or playing detective. Stoicism doesn't encourage obsession. It encourages observation. If their secrecy feels heavy, that's because deception carries weight. And when people begin hiding, they're already halfway gone. The Stoic response: detach, don't chase. When truth avoids you, silence becomes your shield. Say little, observe much, because honest people don't panic when asked questions. They answer. Dishonest ones defend. Seneca wrote, "He who hides nothing fears nothing." So remember, secrecy doesn't always mean guilt. But when paired with distance and inconsistency, it paints the picture clearly. Sign 4. They diminish your achievements. Seneca warned that envy is the root of betrayal. You'll know this sign by how they react to your light. When you achieve something, a promotion, a victory, a moment of joy, they fall silent, change the topic, or give compliments that sting beneath the surface. "Must be nice," they'll say, or "you've changed." They make your progress feel like a crime. This isn't just insecurity, it's resentment fermenting. And resentment, left unaddressed, always leads to betrayal. In Stoicism, envy is seen as the failure to govern one's perception. The wise celebrate others because they understand that virtue and success are not scarce resources. But the envious person sees your growth as evidence of their inadequacy. They don't want your success. They want you small enough to make them comfortable. Marcus Aurelius would remind you, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself," meaning, recognize envy for what it is. Weakness, not wickedness. But don't ignore it, because people who can't celebrate you will one day compete with you. They'll subtly sabotage you, dismiss your ideas, question your motives, and turn others against you under the mask of concern. The Stoic doesn't retaliate. They distance. Celebrate your achievements quietly. Let envy reveal the hearts that can't handle your light. Remember, true allies clap when you win. Those who can't were never with you. Sign 5. They share your secrets with others. Here's where betrayal stops whispering and starts speaking. Seneca said, "Whoever gossips to you will gossip about you." It's one of the simplest yet most profound truths about human nature. When someone brings you other people's secrets, it may feel flattering, like they trust you. But what they're actually showing is a lack of integrity, because discretion is not selective. It's a character trait. People who respect privacy don't pick and choose whose they honor. So if they share others' vulnerabilities with you, know that yours will be next when you're not around. Betrayers crave attention and validation. Gossip gives them both. It makes them feel powerful, like they possess hidden knowledge. But Stoicism warns us that power corrupts the spirit. Marcus Aurelius taught, "If it's not true, don't say it. If it's not kind, don't spread it. If it's not necessary, don't repeat it." Those who break this rule are already betraying virtue. Loyalty is just the next casualty. So when you notice someone exposing secrets, step back. Not in anger, in wisdom. Because if they can't guard another's confidence, they can't guard yours. The Stoic answer isn't revenge, it's silence. Protect your peace, and never confide in a mouth that never closes. Sign 6. Conditional loyalty based on benefit. Epictetus warned about the opportunists. People who orbit you not out of affection, but advantage. You'll notice them during your high seasons. They praise you when things are good, post you when you're winning, and vanish when you stumble. Their loyalty has a price tag. It's transactional. What can you do for me? Not who are you to me? When you stop providing benefit, they stop pretending. Stoicism defines this as false fellowship. Relationships built on utility rather than virtue. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be loved, love virtue." That means seek relationships grounded in moral alignment, not mutual gain, because when storms come, and they always do, the opportunist will run. They weren't anchored to you, they were tethered to your value. You can test this sign easily. Withdraw benefits. Stop overgiving. Watch who stays. True loyalty exists in adversity. It's when you have nothing to offer that people's character becomes visible. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Never expect the wicked to act justly. Don't be shocked when fair-weather friends disappear. Be grateful they revealed themselves early." Stoicism calls this clarity, a gift disguised as loss. The wise accept that not everyone deserves proximity. Detach with dignity, because loyalty that requires payment isn't loyalty, it's business. Sign 7. They make you feel guilty for your growth. Growth threatens the insecure. When you evolve, emotionally, spiritually, financially, those attached to your old self may feel abandoned. They'll say, "You've changed," not as a compliment, but as a curse. They'll guilt trip you for having boundaries, for saying no, for focusing on yourself. Epictetus taught, "Those who resent your progress do so because it reminds them of their stagnation." In Stoicism, personal growth is sacred. It's the manifestation of self-mastery, the ultimate virtue. So when someone shames you for improving, they're not protecting the relationship. They're protecting their comfort zone. This guilt manipulation is emotional sabotage disguised as love. They'll say, "You're too busy for us now," or "You think you're better." But what they really mean is, "Your evolution exposes my refusal to grow." The Stoic response? Compassion without compromise. You don't need to shrink to be loved. You don't need to apologize for healing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone resents you for doing what's right, remember they have their own struggle with reason." Growth changes relationships. Not everyone will make the journey with you, and that's okay. The people who belong in your future won't punish you for leaving your past. Sign 8. Pattern of blaming others and playing victim. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The man who blames others for his troubles has not yet learned." This is one of the most dangerous signs, because betrayal requires justification, and victims always find one. Watch for the person who never takes responsibility. They have a story for everything. Excuses, denials, deflections. It's always someone else's fault. Their ex, their boss, their friends. You might feel sympathy, but Stoicism teaches caution. Because people who can't own their mistakes can't be trusted with your vulnerability. The victim mentality is a seed that grows into betrayal. When something goes wrong, they'll twist the narrative to make you the villain. They rewrite history, edit truth, and weaponize emotion to protect their image. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." But the false victim reacts by blaming everyone else. The Stoic response is distance. You can't save someone committed to self-pity. Let them have their drama. You keep your peace, because the person who always needs to be innocent will eventually make you guilty. Remember, accountability is the foundation of trust. Without it, betrayal isn't a question of if, but when. How to respond to betrayal. Betrayal hurts, not because of the act itself, but because of the surprise. We thought they were different. We believed in their words, trusted their smile, shared our heart, and they broke it. But Stoicism offers a radical truth. You cannot be betrayed unless you expected loyalty from the untested. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, when someone does wrong, remember they act from ignorance of what is good. That means betrayal isn't about you. It's about their failure to live by reason and virtue. So how do you respond when someone betrays you? How do you keep your peace when your trust is shattered? Is the Stoic path calm, grounded, and wise? Accept human nature without bitterness, Marcus wrote. Expect that people will act unjustly, but don't let it surprise or anger you. The first step is acceptance, not approval, but understanding. Humans are fallible. They break promises, they lie, they betray, often out of fear, weakness, or desire. When you expect perfection, you set yourself up for disappointment. But when you expect human imperfection, betrayal becomes predictable, not personal. Epictetus said, when you kiss your child, whisper to yourself, they are mortal. In the same way, when you trust someone, whisper, they are human. That awareness won't make betrayal painless, but it will make it peaceful. Don't react. Reflect. The instinct is to fight, to expose, to get revenge. But Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When you react emotionally, you hand your peace to the betrayer. When you stay calm, you reclaim it. The Stoic doesn't suppress emotion, they channel it. You can feel anger without acting on it, pain without dramatizing it, disappointment without despair. Pause, breathe, let time do the talking that anger wants to do. In silence, you'll see clearly. And clarity is the ultimate weapon. Protect, don't punish once betrayed. Your duty isn't to destroy the betrayer, it's to protect your peace. Seneca said, he who wrongs you harms himself. Meaning, betrayal is self-inflicted damage disguised as victory. So withdraw quietly. Build emotional boundaries. Don't explain your absence. Don't beg for closure. Because closure isn't given, it's understood. And understanding comes when you accept that betrayal reveals. It doesn't ruin. Protect your energy like a fortress. Not from hate, from waste. Learn without losing faith. The danger after betrayal is cynicism. To stop trusting, to stop loving. But Stoicism teaches balance. Trust with awareness. Not blindness, Marcus said. If someone proves untrustworthy, be glad you discovered it early. The pain becomes a teacher, showing you what loyalty isn't. Don't let one betrayal turn you into a skeptic. Let it turn you into a sage. Keep your heart open but guarded by wisdom. Forgive not for them, for you, because forgiveness isn't absolution. It's release. Build inner independence. Epictetus taught that peace comes from within, not from the behavior of others. If your joy depends on people, you'll suffer endlessly. The Stoic way is self-sufficiency, emotional independence. Love people deeply, but hold your center firmly. That way, when betrayal comes, as it always might, it cannot destroy you. It can only teach you. Marcus said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. The betrayal isn't your enemy. Your attachment to the illusion is detach, reflect, and return to your inner fortress." Transform betrayal into wisdom. Every betrayal carries a message. Don't waste it on resentment. Extract the lesson. Ask, what did this reveal about me? Where did I ignore intuition? What boundary did I fail to set? Pain becomes purpose when it teaches. That's the Stoic alchemy, turning suffering into strength. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." So let betrayal show what you are. Resilient, aware, grounded. Practice indifference, the highest Stoic weapon. The ultimate Stoic power is apatheia, not apathy, but mastery of emotion. It's the state where betrayal no longer destabilizes you because your peace isn't dependent on others' loyalty. You still feel pain, but you don't feed it. You still care, but you don't cling. That's freedom.